Also, the husband has not power of his own body, but the wife.
Mm-hmm. Can I let me elaborate on that right there? Listen to what it says, y'all. Okay, now let's deal with this one. It says, verse 4, it says, the wife hath not power over her own body. Okay, men, don't y'all shout right there. All right. But the husband, don't y'all shout. And likewise, also the husband have not power over his own body, but the wife. Mm-hmm. Y'all got it? So what it's saying is that nobody in the marriage is superior over the other. Mm-hmm. This is what God is saying. Okay, that's nobody, right. Men, you're not superior over your wife. Mm-hmm. Just because God's told you to be the head, and that don't mean that you're superior over her. You're the head because He want to set you up so you can protect your wife and love on your wife. Because the God said that you got to love her like He loved the church. Mm-hmm. Okay, so being the head don't mean you're supposed to be arrogant and what can I say, First Lady? Controlling. That's a key word right there. There's a lot of that's going on in marriage, because a lot of men think just because they're the head, they supposed to control everything. That's the devil, and that's a lie. That ain't what God teach in marriage. All right, us men, we got to understand that God has put us in the head to love on the wife and to treat the wife as God treat the church. Mm-hmm. Okay. Listen to what. So you can see right here in this text, God is letting you know that no one is superior in the marriage, mm-hmm. and but one superior. That's God. He's over the marriage. He's the one that's superior. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we got to understand that every issue that you're dealing with, you got to take your issue to God and apply the word to your issue. Right. Don't go to the world. Stop looking at old Fred and Doctor whatever his name
Dr.
is.
Phil.
Yeah, trying to get your answers to your marriage. If you married, then you need to take God ordained marriage. So you got to take your problem, take it to God, and apply what you're dealing with in the word. Put the word on it, and that word will show you how to deal with the problem.
Amen.
All right.
And it says, you see what it says in Watchmen, it says, let every man have his own wife.
That's right.
And that means your own wife, and let the wife have her own husband, not somebody else's wife.
That's right.
And not somebody else's husband, but your own husband and wife.
That's right. All right. Okay. A lot of times, in marriage, we teaching this. You see, me and my wife, we done been through a lot, y'all. I mean, most of the stuff that a lot of people are dealing with, we done already been through it, and we know how the enemy works in a marriage. A lot of times, a lot of situations that we're dealing with is really truly petty. Mm-hmm. A lot of divorces come through petty.
It is.
A lot of petty stuff. Petty. The money ain't right.
Yeah.
That's
finances.
Petty. Yeah. That's petty. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of petty stuff Satan used to destroy a marriage. Mm-hmm. A lot of divorces, a lot of people probably be shocked, but a lot of divorces don't even happen by adultery. Adultery has nothing to do with a lot of these divorces.
Exactly.
That's real. I'm telling you.
A lot of them getting married getting divorces in the body of Christ. And a lot of times it don't have anything to do with adultery that person committed adultery.
That's right. It's a lot of petty stuff.
It's a lot of petty stuff.
A lot of times we go into the marriage with the wrong motive. We start with the wrong foundation. We start with the wrong foundation, and you got to understand that when you go into the marriage, you got to be sold out first to Christ. Mm-hmm. You got to be sold out first to Christ, and the enemy. He's going to automatically, what he does. See, the enemy already know your weak points. He know where you're struggling at, and this is what these the buttons he's gonna push to cause confusion in the marriage. Watch this right here. You see, the enemy already know that your husband don't like his water real cold.
Exactly.
Watch this, but you'll go fix his water. And then have it real cold, or you have it too cold for him, but you knowing that he don't like it cold. Mm-hmm. But you go fix it cold, and then you bring it to him, and then he'll drink the water. This too cold. This is cold. I don't like my water cold like this. Well, you ought to be glad I thought about you and just brought you some water. See, that's wrong.
See, that's an argument right there.
the enemy gonna use stuff like right there. Y'all arguing over a glass of water. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you how he works.
He will.
And see what God is teaching us now. If you know what pleases your husband, then that's how you supposed to be operating. Mm-hmm. You don't do stuff that you already know that you're gonna take him off.
That's
all right.
right.
You don't do stuff if you know. Okay, so I ain't gonna do this because he don't like this. So therefore, I want to do. Watch this. I want to do everything that's gonna please him. not to disrupt him. Okay, that's what we're supposed to operate with God. We're gonna do everything that's gonna please God.
That's right.
Not to disrupt God, to get God upset. Okay, this is how we got to operate in marriage. We got to think about the other person, not think about ourself.
That's right, and vice versa.
Vice
the husband,
versa. Oh, yeah.
you do things to please your
the
wife,
wife,
and
that's right.
her. If she have something in her life that's irritating, and you know about it, and you know what irritates her, don't do that thing that irritates her.
That's right.
Keep the peace, and don't. And also, we have the tendency also to play the blame game. We want to blame him, or we want to blame her, or whatever. We blaming each other, and instead of coming to realize, what am I contributing? What am I doing? To cause this thing, to cause this argument, or to cause this set off. What am I doing?
That's right.
We need to work. We need to work on ourselves, and change what's in us, and what's the core and the problem in us. Don't play we can't be blaming this person and blaming that person. You work on yourself and what you're doing and what you contributing, to the argument and everything. We want to blame and put blame, and when we go to God, we want to tell God about that person. God, he ain't treating me right. He ain't doing this. He ain't doing that. But instead of going to God and saying, God, fix this thing that's inside of me.
Show me me.
Show me me. Yeah. Show me me. Show me what I'm doing, what my part is in causing this confusion in this marriage, and fix me. Fix what I'm doing.
That's
because
right.
it takes two, y'all.
It takes two.
It takes two to start an argument.
Oh yeah, it does. And like me and my wife, we was having Bible class last night with the family, and one thing God was teaching us is that when you see Satan shaking the gate, see when you see him shaking the gate, somebody in the marriage got to understand and see what's going on, and come against that spirit.
That's right.
Come against that spirit. And stop retaliating. So you retaliating, and the argument never end. You study argument. And see, the first thing God wants to recognize that Satan is all the confusion. See, we get mad at the individual, but it's not the individual. It's that spirit that y'all allowed to come in and control that situation. Okay, the Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We got to remember that in the marriage, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Your wife ain't your enemy. Your husband ain't your enemy.
It's that spirit.
Satan is your enemy. Okay, and that's the mindset that we got to take on. I know sometimes it get rough, it get hard, and it seems like it's hard to look at it that way, but that's truth. It's not the individual; it's the spirit that you allow to come in the marriage and begin to operate and control. So if you love your marriage, if you love God like you say you do, you can't love God and not love your marriage. I got to stay right there. Y'all got to stay right there. You can't say you love God and not love your marriage enough not to fight for it. You be so quick to throw the towel in and get a divorce, but you want to holler and scream talking about I love the Lord. How you gonna love God and you ready to destroy something that He gave you?
That's right.
A gift. Oh shucks. Yeah. So we got to get our priorities straight. We got to get our priorities straight dealing with marriage. All right. First thing you got to understand that you got to love God. If you love God, then you got to love your marriage. If you can't say you love God and not love your marriage enough to fight for it. You just want to throw in the towel. Soon as a little storm come by, you want to throw in the towel. Soon as a situation you don't like, you probably getting tired of him doing this or tired of him not doing this or whatever. You just tired. You just want to leave the marriage and all this. Right? Oh, a lot of dumb stuff that you allow. The enemy to trick you and deceive you and cause you to lose what God has blessed you with. And we forget to look in the mirror.
That's right.
Yeah, we forget to look in the mirror. Like my wife said, we always want to try to play the blame game.
That's right.
Instead of looking at yourself and see what's going on.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times it don't be. A lot of times it be you. I'm real. A lot of times it be you.
That's true.
So I'm talking about vice versa. I ain't just talking about one party, but a lot of times it's you. Okay, so we got to be unselfish enough to realize. All right, unselfish enough, to be willing to think about the other person. Okay, and then we got to be willing to destroy pride, to admit when we're wrong. I know I messed up. I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have did it. Okay, and then we got to be quick to have the heart to forgive when somebody do offend you in the marriage.
And don't be afraid to come to that person and say, forgive me for what I did. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry that I did such and such. Like he said, a lot of times pride will step in that we won't even come to the person and say, I apologize. I'm sorry because of pride.
That's pride.
And also, men, if your spouse is arguing and she's fussing and arguing, that doesn't make you less of a man because you walk off.
Teach first.
It doesn't make you less of a man.
You teaching.
If you just walk off because you want to, because this is what you doing, you trying to squash that argument. Mm-hmm. And if you're not arguing back with that person, the enemy ain't nothing the enemy can do. Eventually he'll stop.
So will.
That spirit that's in her, it'll stop. That's because it'll see that you're not retaliating. That's right. That you're not arguing back with her. First lady, you're walking out from it.
You teaching. Cause I'm a man. Let me deal with this right here, first lady. Watch this right here. Cause you got to understand. With men, we macho, and the enemy is speaking. And say, hold up. You gonna let her talk to you like that? Hey, you the man. You gonna let her talk to you like that? What's up with you, man? And then you listen to that voice, and then you gonna get puffed up, and then you gonna start hollering and screaming at her. Talking about I'm the man. You don't. That. No, see, that's wrong. That's what the enemy wants you to do.
What you do is just hold your peace and just put her in God's hands.
There it is.
God, you got her. I'm holding my peace.
That's it.
Then you will find it that she'll come to you and say, forgive me for what I know that I did. What I did was wrong. Cause God gonna start messing with her conscience because he gonna see that, she's the one, that spirit was operating in her and she allowed that spirit to come in and operate. And vice versa, women, you got a man, learn to be quiet. We don't want to hold our tongue. Women, how we are as women. We don't want to hold our tongue. But a lot of times you got to hold your tongue and just shut up and just be quiet. Yes. We got it bad, want to run our mouths. But we need to learn how to shut up and be quiet and let God handle it.
First lady. Well, okay then. Let's move on, first lady. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 5. I think we're gonna hit Ephesians chapter 5. Lord, we got a whole lot of more stuff, God. We want to deal with, y'all. We might not be able to finish today. We might have to continue this. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 5 though. 5 and 28. Ephesians chapter 5, 28. Look. It disturbs me when I hear anybody that's married talk about divorce. Mm-hmm. It disturbs me. It really does. Right. It really truly disturbs me because I hate to see that happen. And I hate to see the enemy trick you to throw away a gift that God done bless you with. Mm-hmm. And see, one thing in marriage, we got to learn how to be content. We always pick it. We got to learn how to be content with what God has blessed us with. Mm-hmm. So you got to love your wife. If you married that woman, that means you said you loved her. Okay, you love her. See, you get hooked up on her body and all this right here. As soon as she gained a few pounds, you want to start looking for somebody else.
That's right.
First lady, why I go there? As soon as she gained a few pounds, you ready to go off and find somebody else that's got a little shape to her. And you don't know, you getting tricked by the enemy. You finna marry a straight up devil. Mess with a straight up devil. So be content with what God has blessed you with. Be content with what God has blessed you with. Vice versa. Women, same thing. Man gain a few pounds and get out of shape. Then therefore there you go. You complain. You ain't satisfied no matter.
You ain't satisfied. He don't look like he used to look.
Yeah.
So, God bless you with it, then you got to love on it and cultivate it.
That's what love is. That's what genuine, unconditional love is. You're going to love that person through the good, through the bad, through the gaining of the weight, through the losing of the weight, through everything.
And my wife did both of us swole up together. Yeah, I don't hear me. Swole up together. Swole up together, but we wasn't tripping. We still loving on each other.
We still loving on each other.
We swole up together and then we turn and look, baby, we got to lose this thing. Mm-hmm. We had to lose it together.
We didn't talk each other down just because that person may have gained a little weight or whatever through whatever reason that person did, gain weight. May have been through the pregnancy. It could have been through everything. It's not easy. A lot of times it's not easy, but if that woman or that man see that you still support them in the midst of, they'll put in their mind, they love me anyway. Even though I do got these little few extra pounds on me.
Right.
So, and that'll motivate that person to want to even do it, better for themselves.
Right.
He still love me regardless, and that's what they want to. That's what we need to be towards one another. Love each other regardless. Regardless of the things that we, encounter or the things that we go through.
That's right.
Through the good and the bad.
That's right.